Welcome to Rassle Rock with Rick Connor,
Fat and talentless!
Matt Flowers,
Give me what I want!
Mark Hallbacher,
Is that okay, 2019?
and Corey Castle.
Tell everybody that you love them. So enjoy your life.
You're such a hippie.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? I can't tell if I'm loud or if the intro's quiet.
I think I don't know. I'm not wearing headphones.
I don't know what's going on. What's going on, everybody? It's time to Rassle Rock. I'm super excited about today. Me and Matt Flowers in the studio rocking solo again. Again, man. Corey Castle, Mark Kalbacher, MIA. Corey's doing a wrestling thing. Mark's doing a bartending thing. Well, we're hoping that they'll be back next week.
We should have. Now that I thought about it, we should have just bought tickets to SmackDown tonight
I thought about
for
it.
$20.
I thought about it. I was like, do we really want to do the whole thing without, whatever?
I don't know, because I think the main event is Corbin
And Reigns?
Reigns, I think.
Is it again?
I'd rather just watch. I think I prefer just watching anything like wrestling on TV, unless it's like.
Yeah.
If we booked like a trip, right, a full trip to like WrestleMania or something, it was like a destination thing, like that's one thing.
That'd be cool.
But or if WrestleMania ever came to the area, but I kind of like watching stuff from my home and my comfort in my own bed and everything. I remember one year, my work got us tickets to the Eagles game. It was like Eagles Cowboys, big rivalry, and we went, and it was just cold, and after the first half, it took like the 10-minute drive home and got home in time to watch the second half, and I was like, "Oh, this is so much better."
Yeah,
from my room. But
football games are always cold.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter what time.
I'll say the last couple wrestling shows I've been to have been pretty good, but sometimes you just want to stay in.
Right. You just want to chill out at home. Sometimes it's more of a hassle to get out there, especially for like something like a Raw or SmackDown, something that happens every week.
Yeah.
If it's a pay-per-view, it can
something
be fun.
special. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear there's a rumor going around that there's going to be an AEW pay-per-view in in January or February that's going to take place on Jericho's cruise.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
that'd be cool as hell. I would love to see that.
I thought his cruise left in October.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
But I mean, maybe they'll have. Yeah, but maybe that would be pretty cool. The cruise. I would do the cruise.
I've
been
wanting to do that. Yeah, that looks fun as hell.
Yeah, man. Plus, it's like there's other stuff than just wrestling too. Like there's comedy and music and everything. It looks like a good time. But that would be the first, right? Like a pay-per-view from a cruise ship.
Yeah. I would definitely love that. It has to have some weird like WCW name, like Clash at the Cruise or something like that. It's got to be something weird. Battle on a boat.
Battle on a boat.
row your ranas.
Dude, I loved the Bash the Beach, the one year where it was on a beach.
Yeah,
I thought that was awesome.
That's cool. It's different.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah,
you know what I mean. I used to really like the tribute to the troops when they would do it like out in the desert.
Yeah,
those.
Yeah,
were really
I
cool.
like that too.
And when they moved it inside and do arenas, it's like okay, it's a house show essentially, just with a bunch of people in the military.
Yeah,
gear, whatever they're called.
Yeah,
Fatigues,
or like they would do like WWE is so overly produced now, which is great because it looks so clean. But like, there's something to like I remember the old stadium shows from like the 70s and 80s where it was like the production value wasn't nearly as high.
Right.
So it was like this ring in the middle of a stadium with fans, and I don't know, something about that, man. It was just pretty cool. Like
it's something different. It's something gritty. It feels more real.
Yeah,
I guess more close to home.
Right.
And it's when it's overproduced, it does, like you said, it looks really clean. But there's just something about
there's like a fakeness to it.
Yeah. There's something weird about that I don't much care for. When they do things like what did they do for Raw 25 when they went back to the Manhattan Center?
Yeah.
Like that was cool, but it looked so indie. Like it looked like an indie show you're watching, you know? So yeah, I would love it if it was on the cruise, or if they would do more things like that. Like wasn't there supposed to be a show at the Hardy compound at one point?
They did a Halloween special.
They did the Halloween
there,
show,
but that was it.
Wasn't there supposed to be like a pay-per-view or something from there?
I don't know. That would be awesome.
Yeah. So I don't
Like
know.
they
More
should
stuff
like a Matt Hardy just produce like like a 2-hour wrestling
why
show.
not? Put on a
like,
wrestling show.
Yeah, because I loved the one they did for Impact TNA, the Hardy compound.
Yeah.
They brought back some old timers and stuff.
And I like the Halloween special too.
Yeah.
Anything with Papa Shango in it gets my vote. Yeah, like NWA Power, how it's in that studio.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Like
it's
it feels,
studio.
it has that old school feel. It feels like a little more intimate, and it's really cool. Did you watch that this week?
Yeah, I did. I like it because everything kind of like flows into each other. Yeah. This week was really good. Rock and Roll Express is like everywhere now. All of a sudden.
Yeah, they were in AEW, they were in NWA, they were over in New Japan, just making the towns.
Looking, I mean, for their age and their health, they look good.
Yeah. What was it? It was this year that they wrestled a match in Ring of Honor or something? Or in
they
Ring of
wrestled the Briscoes. It was like the NWA anniversary show.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but
and they looked amazing.
Yeah, I mean they could.
They can still go.
It has to be something with maybe they can't get cleared by like WWE doctors.
Maybe.
But like they had this Starrcade show. It would make sense to like have Rock and Roll Express put over like a tag team or something, or you know, bring back some of those old timers that aren't signed up yet that were from the Starrcade, that worked the shows. But bring them on there.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, man. Gosh, what could they do?
I mean, they could have Sting in there. Because I saw it the recent Starrcast. It was Sting, but he was in his American.
Oh, really?
His American flag gear, yeah, and he was posing with RoboCop. Yeah, like that.
Good old
That's something
RoboCop.
unique. It's something different.
True. Yeah. Yeah, man. A lot of That's just a weird picture. That whole gimmick was weird.
RoboCop.
Let's bring in RoboCop. We need someone to bust Sting out of a cage. Let's bring in RoboCop. Why not? Yeah, but NWA Power was really good this week. I thought, God, that was such good storytelling. Like, I'm so intrigued about the whole Camille situation now.
Yeah.
Like,
because
did
you watch last week? She got involved in a match, and then this week she was going to get involved in a match, right?
She started walking down with Kingston and Homicide against the Wild Cards. And then Nick Aldis was trying to stop her. And then there was some kind of... It wasn't even a brawl. It looked like just a multi-man argument. It was just like...
Everybody just came out to...
There's
to
James
argue.
Storm out here for some reason. Here's Eli Drake. Here's Nick Aldis and Camille and the Wild Cards. And everybody's out there. And I was like, what the hell's going on? And they were just playing the theme song over it, so you couldn't really hear anything.
Into the fire.
Into the fire! So yeah, it was really good. But I'm just so intrigued. Like I didn't expect the Wild Cards to show up and be like, "Hey, mind your own business. Don't ask why she's not talking." It's like, what the hell do you guys have to do with it? Well, what's going on? Like I'm so intrigued now as to what's going on.
They have a pay-per-view on
December 14th.
Yeah.
On
Fight TV.
Yeah. I might have to get that one.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the card's going to be.
Yeah. They're building up to it, man. They're doing good.
They're doing good, yeah.
They're doing really good with storytelling, and the matches are solid. Dude, Trevor Murdoch is the man. Holy hell. I was watching him. I forget who he was facing this week, but it was, he just looked everything.
Caleb Conley?
Something like that, yeah. It was somebody I'm not too familiar with. But he just looked so old school and so clean, like he just knows wrestling. You know what I mean? Like he just knew... just the way he moved with everything, it was just like so clean, man. It was so good.
What do you think about because like apparently like these shows and they sold out they're doing a next grouping of tapings in December.
Oh yeah.
So there's going to be more of them, but Billy Corgan was saying how they want to use them as like pilots because they're going to try to get TV as well or some kind of distribution.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about how? So Access TV, the parent company of Impact, Anthem bought Access.
Right.
So now Access has Impact, New Japan, Women of Wrestling. Well, what do you think of Turner? Because they have AEW on TNT. What do you think if they put NWA on TBS? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know.
Because in a sense, they're two rival promotions, but
be with the same network kind of.
But both, I see them like Axis wants to be like we're the spot for pro wrestling.
Yeah.
In general, we have New Japan. Da, da, da. What if Turner tried to do the same thing? Like, oh no, we're the home of pro wrestling. We have AEW, and we're bringing back NWA, like your traditional.
Yeah.
So you got the new and like the traditional, and then so in a way, it's not one company competing with WWE. It's like two television companies competing with WWE, saying we're the home of pro wrestling. No, we're the home of pro wrestling. Instead of just these rival promotions. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts? Did I just blow your mind?
A little bit, because it's I can't see NWA competing with WWE. Like AEW is doing a good job of it. They're competing with NXT.
But
anyway.
they had the money. And what if Turner put money behind NWA?
Yeah, but what are you going to do with the money besides bringing more talent? Like you
well,
don't
their
wanna...
production's already pretty well. I guess just start
I don't
advertising
want to
it.
see them.
No, just start advertising. Maybe they can start doing like more, I guess, live shows or. I don't know. I guess
like maybe go on tour or something like that. But I'd be behind
show?
that. I would love to go and see it.
Yeah,
that'd be a show I'd go to see live. But I don't want. I love the production the way
it is now. Yeah, I would keep.
I don't want them to change it. So I don't know. Maybe putting more money behind it would be a bad thing, because maybe you'd get some business executives say, "Hey, we need a stage, we need pyro, we need music, we need all this other stuff."
Or maybe it is just to pay to keep the talent. Because the talent they have now aren't. I mean, they're just there for these shots, these television tapings. But if Turner put money behind the organization, they could sign guys to long-term contracts as well. Your Nick Aldis, your Eddie Kingston's, like all those guys, and possibly bring in more talent.
Just pay to have Dawkins perform live.
Yeah.
We're putting all this money for Dawkins. Let's get him there.
Dude, did you watch the backstage with CM Punk?
I didn't see the full episode, but I saw the clip of them.
I kind of think it should have been a way bigger moment and deal than it was.
Yeah.
I get that it's not a WWE deal, it's a Fox deal.
It's a Fox deal, right.
But like I was just okay. I was like underwhelmed. I'm like, oh cool. Like nobody wants to see you talking, dude. They want to see you in the ring. And I feel like it was kind of a okay.
I feel like it's going to go away
I thought they were expecting it to break the internet. And it was just like...
in a way, it did. I mean, everybody's talking about it, that the YouTube clips are through the roof. Yeah. But, I mean, you're not going to see them on television anytime soon. Yeah. You're not going to see them on, like, SmackDown.
Well, that's what I think. I don't think anybody's going to care after the...
After a little while, it's going to die down because nobody watches backstage.
People are like, oh, it doubled backstage. Yeah, the previous week was 50,000 viewers. So, doubling that...
Right.
You know what
I mean, next week, they know he's going to be on, so I'm assuming it's going to be in the millions.
They want to see him wrestle.
They do.
People want to see him wrestle.
True, yeah. I mean, it's the big problem with this is everybody's already fantasy booking it. It's like, oh, he's going to be number 30 in the Rumble. He's going to WrestleMania and stuff like that. It's like, no, he has a deal with Fox. It's a way, it's a step in the right direction. It's a step in that direction.
Yeah, it diversifies his portfolio because he's done like MMA commentating and now he's a sports analyst for fake pro wrestling. You know what I mean? But
I mean, I heard that he got an offer from AEW that was some big huge thing. So that tells me either he got an even bigger deal from Fox or he just doesn't want to wrestle anymore.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't want to wrestle anymore, he's not going to wrestle in WWE. So fans might be disappointed at that, but I mean, to have him sit on the backstage, it depends on what he does.
I don't think anybody cares.
Nobody cared about backstage before, but if Punk is just going to sit there and crap all over WWE, people might watch that, or at least watch clips. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've never seen an episode of Backstage, but I've seen clips.
Yeah.
I've seen the YouTube clips. So, and these days with YouTube, like sometimes it's all that matters. You can get a ton of money for that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, I think.
But like I see what you're saying. Like fans are just gonna die out after a while. Like it's like okay, Punk's back, great. And even if he comes back into wrestling, it's like oh, that guy from Backstage.
Yeah, and it's weird because so Fox like they want to present WWE as a legitimate sport, right? Mm-hmm. So Fox for their football, they have retired players and analysts, and that makes sense because they're former players and all. They're going over real sport, real game, you know, and that they're like, you know, that isn't like scripted or, you know, called in the back beforehand. Same thing with, like, you know, their other sports, MLB, basketball, whatever. But WWE, it just comes off so stupid when they're trying to analyze fake storylines and all. Like, it's not like Jesse the Body and Gorilla analyzing stuff when they're in character and they're over the top and it's like, oh, this is, like, great. They're trying to, like, legit try to make this fake, like, these stupid storylines and all real. And I just think that comes off.
A lot of times they're not. They're using a lot of, like, terms like, oh, this storyline or this angle or
but it's stupid.
Faces and kayfabe. I mean, they're breaking kayfabe constantly.
That's so stupid.
It's what we're doing right now. But they're doing it on a bigger level.
Yeah, but we don't work for that company.
Yeah, exactly.
They work for the company.
I don't know. It's different. And if people are watching and they're
people aren't watching, Rick. That's what I'm saying. They're not watching.
Some of them aren't. That's why they got CM Punk.
Stupid.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I still won't watch it. I'll watch next week because to see what CM Punk does, but probably after that, it's like, oh, cool. He's crapping on the company just like they were.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, I'm still not going to watch, and most likely a lot of other people are going to tune out too. Cool, CM Punk's back. He's just sitting around talking.
People want the over the top characters, dude. Yeah. They don't want the. We're gonna break down this analyze. No, they want the over the top, larger than life characters, man.
It's just content. People just pump out content these days. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of people just do that. It's like, oh, I can do this for my YouTube channel, or I can do this for my, you know, TV show or something like that. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
This might be one.
I'm a believer in less is more.
I am as well. Like, I don't mean to keep on going back to NWA Power, but it's a 1 hour show once a week. There's nothing else after it or before it. Yep. There's nobody trying to break down or analyze anything. There's no like, hey, catch us this Saturday as well. Or, you know, I mean, there might be a website or like some social media stuff out there, but you know, there's that's it. You get a 1 hour show once a week. That's all you need. AEW's not doing that much either. They have that AEW Dark, but
I wanted to talk about that. So AEW is like winning the ratings every week, but I think NXTs are just better shows.
NXT is a way better show.
Like I watched that Angel, and that Angel Garza is a star, dude.
Yeah.
If they screw him up, like he's a legit star. I mean, so is Leo Rush, but we knew he's a special kid.
Yeah.
That match was awesome, man.
It was really good.
And like some of the new people I saw, Jonah Rock, I saw for the first time. That huge. He's like a big dude. He's like a big kind of
the guy against Swerve.
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah,
okay.
That was a good match, and I had never seen him before. And
the women
dude, the Survivor Series weekend's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be really, really good. I'm really looking forward to it. And even Survivor Series itself, like a lot of the stuff they're doing on the card doesn't make sense. Like they're doing 5-on-5-on-5.
Yeah, and now there's like mystery as to who are like on NXT. Yeah. Like I think one of the Mia Yim got hurt, so she can't be in that match. So there's a lot of replacements going on.
Yeah, and Matt Riddle's out of the War Games.
But he's wrestling Finn Balor. That's gonna steal the weekend,
dude. Anybody that turned around and said, "Oh, Finn Balor's gonna, he's not gonna do well in NXT."
No, I like what he's doing. What
this is great.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great. Like that's gonna be a great match. But yeah, that leaves an open spot for War Games. So there's gonna be another mystery guy, Dijakovic stepped in. If I'm saying that right, hopefully. Pretty sure I'm saying that right. Everybody pronounces it differently.
Yeah.
Dijakovic and I heard somebody keeps on saying Dijak, and I know that's
that was
right.
his former name.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, it was Dijak.
I just cursed somebody out for no reason.
But AEW, there's a lot of heat going on with the match with Moxley and Omega saying like
too far, a little too much. But you know what? Everything they did in that match, I saw in CZW 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they didn't.
It wasn't anything. I mean, you crawled through broken glass. So what? So did Wife Beater. You got hit up with a board with mouse traps on it. All right, great. So did Justice Payne.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm talking like indie stuff, but and maybe this is like the most brutal match that's ever been aired on American pay-per-view. Maybe.
I don't even think so, dude.
What was
I think it's the Hell in the Cell. Not even, dude. The one with Shawn and Undertaker was brutal, and then
it was. But I mean,
Mick Foley and Undertaker was legit brutal.
True.
I
don't know.
But my point is, so they were presenting it to a larger mainstream audience.
Yeah.
But the mainstream audience doesn't want to see that. They want to see the larger-than-life superhero characters, dude.
Well,
they don't want to see blood and butts and guts.
Blood and butts.
Blood and butts and guts.
That's the name of their next pay-per-view.
Sluts.
Blood, butts, and sluts.
Blood, butts, and sluts coming to AEW Dynamite.
My main thing is
I would much rather have them have try to have a 5-star, or try to have a legit wrestling match.
I'm hoping that's what happens with him and Darby Allin next week, because I want to see them wrestle. I don't want to see everybody's like, oh, this match is going to be insane. There's going to be blood on TV and all this other stuff. I don't want to see it. I've seen enough of it.
Yeah, I don't want to see it either.
And like, what? But
it doesn't build like that stuff should be saved for the end of a feud, like a blood feud.
Yeah.
Like, Warrior and Rude had like a 2-year feud, right? Mm-hmm. It ended with a steel cage match at SummerSlam 90.
Mm-hmm.
You build it up, and then you don't have it like a week in or whatever. Like, no, you build it for 2 years, and then they end it with that.
Yeah.
And it was on a bigger scale because it was for the World Heavyweight Championship. And people remember that. Like, wrestling fans remember that.
Yeah.
Rude and Warrior. But, like, did they really need to have the Kenny Omega and Moxley? Did that really need that? They should have have a storyline mapped out and have that as their last battle. You know what I mean?
Maybe they did, but I mean, it went by way too quick. Because what was it, like 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that they went, all right, great. So that's over and done with now.
Yeah, what do you do?
They're moving on. And, like, my point is, what good did it do? Because now Omega's hurt, and Cody's hurt from his match.
Yeah.
Like you do too much, you're going to get injured. And now 2 of their top stars are done for at least a little while. Forever. Get them out of here. For hardcore matches or death matches or whatever you want to call them, it should be like 10, 15 minutes tops.
Yeah.
That went on for 40 minutes.
Yeah, because it makes you look weak. If you throw a guy through a mousetrap board or a barbed board and they kick out, that makes you look weak.
Well, not only that, but like, what are you going to do next week?
Yeah.
You're going to get like a surprise roll-up pin, and that's going to finish you off.
Yeah.
You're going to get a DDT from somebody or whatever. Like, that's supposed to finish you off, even though you crawled through broken glass the week before. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's why, you can't just keep on kicking out of all this hardcore stuff, and then, you're back to normal, in a regular wrestling match. Doesn't make any sense. I'm against it. I mean, there's blood marks out there that love this stuff, but I don't think there's too many of them out there anymore. Like, just with all the injury reports and everything that we keep on hearing and the concussion reports and all that other stuff, I think people are more sympathetic now. At least I am, but maybe just because I'm older. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they keep this up.
I would have much rather have them, if they're going to do that match, have it down the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But build it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they really need help with their storylines, man. Honestly, the best storyline on AEW this week was the Dark Order.
Yeah.
And I don't even like the Dark Order.
I don't either. I thought that match was good, though.
It was all right, but I mean, like, the best part was afterwards. It's like, oh, we want you as one of the creepers. You're a little and nothing, and you got made fun of all your life, so put this mask on and join us. And he's like, no, I'll never join you. And they beat the crap out of him, and then Luchasaurus comes out. That was great.
Yeah, that was good.
That was hot, man. They need more stuff like that. Less stuff of, like, Moxley's promo was stupid. it was so stereotypical and cliche. It's like, oh, anybody got the balls back there to face me, and you better kiss your family goodbye. Blah 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 blah. It's like we heard it 1,000 times before. It's lame.
Yeah.
And why did he have a squash match? Why was he in there with a jobber? I mean, it probably wasn't a jobber. It's probably somebody that I'm supposed to know, but I don't. And he beat him in like 5 seconds.
He's the baby oil Japanese guy that they brought over, and then now look at him.
He's nothing.
That's the same thing with like just Sean Spears. Dude, you're just basically like a jobber, man. You left one company making more money to be a jobber at a company to be a jobber.
It's not even a job. I think he won at Full Gear, didn't he? Sean Spears?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I beat Joey Janela.
You beat Joey Janela. I have no interest in that feud whatsoever. I don't understand what's happening with it. What was Sean Spears doing? He was in a triple threat this week. And then Joey Janela just runs out and basically has a seizure in the middle of the corner. He like threw Sean Spears over the guardrail and just went until Sean Spears hit him from behind. And
I don't know, man.
JR is like, is he having a seizure? What the hell's going on? Did you hear JR call it fully loaded like 3 times?
Oh, really?
It was crazy. It's like, God, poor Jim Ross. But Sean Spears, like, you know, the match on Full Gear I thought sucked. With Janela. I'm not really a big fan of either of those guys. And there's no storyline there whatsoever other than they want to win, which, big deal. You know? What'd you think of Full Gear?
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch any of it?
I mean, I watched like parts of clips and all, but I didn't order it.
It was okay. I saw bits and pieces of it like you did. You know, I saw the highlights and things like that. From what I saw, it was all right. I didn't think it was, you know, all that great. Again, like I'm lacking like the passion of it.
I feel like because they're a new company, they needed to do a better job in the beginning of showcasing everyone on their roster, letting the fans know who they are, what they're doing there, what their goal is, having them being built by squashing local indie talents.
Yeah.
All of them. None of the roster members should have touched another roster member
for a while.
Until like maybe this show or their first show, after they started getting some TV, you know. That's my philosophy because like now it's like I don't like everybody's 50-50 now, and I'm like I don't care.
Yeah,
like you wanted to avoid that.
Yeah.
In the first place, and now it's like everybody's 50-50, and like I don't care about any one of your people except for Jericho.
Yeah, Jericho's like the one.
But like other than that, like who cares?
No. I did.
They should have built them up to the audience to get the audience to believe that okay, these guys are these guys are serious talents. And now I'm just like I don't care. They're 1-1, 1-2. Like, why should I care? If your whole thing was there's gonna be wins and losses are gonna matter,
and then I'm hearing they're gonna reset it at some point.
Yeah. So what?
Why? It's so early to do that. To even talk about doing that. Like, what's the point? If you're just gonna reset, it's like all right, everybody's gonna go back to 0. We're gonna try this again. We kind of messed that up last time. Let's do it over. Yeah, we're going to get this done. They just went with the 50-50 booking, the same thing that they were complaining about before. So I don't know, but I think everybody's loving it just because it's not WWE.
No, it's awesome because, like I said, with AEW and NWA and all, it gives people more exposure, which is great.
Mm-hmm. They're giving Nyla Rose some squash matches now. I think they need to do more with her. She needs a promo or something. Like, I don't understand what she's about. Like, yeah, she's a beast and she can get it done in the ring. Like, she can just squash the hell out of people. But, like, she didn't impress me this week at all. Like, she was just, like, throwing clotheslines and stuff like that. She was starting to look like Nia Jackson. I'm like, oh, please don't do that. You know, so it was just like, you know, Samoan drop, clothesline, you know, leg drop, whatever.
That's what was great about Lucha, what was it called? Lucha
Underground?
Because they had great setups to each of their characters.
Yeah.
To where you watch, like, okay, I get him now.
Yeah.
They need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could stand to do that in WWE, but I mean, WWE generally does a good job of So, but they could do a better job.
They do better. They do better than AEW. You know, like Darby Allin. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, he's a skateboarder.
Yeah, great. And he beat up a skateboarder on his way to the ring, and then accepted a match with Jon Moxley for no reason, and then walked back out. Like, he doesn't seem to have much of a personality.
Yeah, he's just...
And people are like, oh, he's the next Jeff Hardy. And I'm like, Jeff Hardy didn't really have that much of a personality either, have you noticed? So that's not necessarily a good thing. You know, just like, yeah, go out there and do moves. Great. Can't see that anywhere else. But yeah, NXT knocked it out of the park this week. I don't understand why their ratings are so low. I'm guessing because, like, everybody wants to watch AEW, and then, like, hey, I can catch that on the network tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like they're so far away from AEW.
I think this show's better. NXT's better show.
Way better. Like there's so many more in-depth characters. Like Garza, you were talking about earlier. He was fantastic.
And they don't come off as developmental.
No, they come off as like they're ready. They're where they need to be. You know, Keith Lee has had many promos and stuff like that. Like, I know who Keith Lee is, and he doesn't go in the ring at the same time. Everybody on the Undisputed Era, like they're building up these feuds and these promos, and they look great. So it's a much better show. I'm really looking forward to War Games and Survivor Series.
I still think there should have just been one War Games match. They should have kept it to the ladies.
Yeah. One thing I was thinking about today, for this Survivor Series that's going on, like, everybody's freaking out about the draft. It's like, all right, well, you have Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. Like, the draft automatically doesn't matter anymore. Like, you know, you just had it and it's out the window. Crown Jewel happened. You had Raw versus SmackDown. Royal Rumble's coming up. You have Raw versus SmackDown. Why don't you take Survivor Series and be like the team that wins the most? If you get, like, remember how was it last year or the year before they kept like a scorecard and Raw won like 7-0 or something like that? If you did that again this year, the winning brand gets the Royal Rumble. Like, it's like, okay, that's the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble pay-per-view is now for Raw or whoever wins. And this way, you have their own brand. Because TLC, all right, we'll give TLC to SmackDown. We'll give
I hated that
Elimination Chamber
because there weren't enough.
There's plenty of people. And if they book it right and keep them as separate shows, which is what they should be doing, then, you know, there's plenty of there's so many people on each show that you can have enough stamina to build a feud.
My theory is, let me adjust myself. My theory is that they should cut out all the pay-per-views except for the big four or five.
Four.
You have
I agree that there's too many.
Mania, Rumble, Mania,
SummerSlam,
Survivor
Series.
I think they should actually keep King of the Ring and make the King of the Ring all of them. So just those 5, and all of them would be the top feuds from each brand on the pay-per-view. That would be the big pay-per-view.
Yeah.
King of the Ring could be the one where they face off against each other, and whoever, maybe they get some sort of advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that would work, but yeah, I think that's how they should do it, because when they tried to split the brand pay-per-view before, it sucked, man. It was just like you had like
now.
you had.
Like, I'm tired of seeing Raw versus SmackDown. It's like, do a draft or don't do a draft. Do a brand split.
No, they should have the top feuds on each pay-per-view. That's all I think.
Yeah, but they don't really have any top feuds anymore, man. That's why I think if you split them completely, you can build that up more. Like, you know, it's like, nobody cares about Rusev and Lana, you know, like, but if it's like, okay, nobody cares about Rusev and Lana, we're going to put these two guys on the pay-per-view instead of Lashley and Rusev. You know what I mean? Like, if you build up I don't even know who's what on what show anymore. You know, say if you have like a Becky and give me another person that's not Charlotte. Lacey Evans. Is she? No, she's on SmackDown.
I don't know.
Jesus, I can't even tell anymore.
Well, here's the thing, too,
it's
dude.
so confusing and convoluted.
You know what I hate that you just reminded me. Dude, when they have the teams and everybody on the team wears either the red Raw shirt or the blue, dude, I hate that so much. And because you got 30 people, you're gonna have 30 people in one match wearing red, blue, and probably the NXT color. Dude, it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
It doesn't make much sense. I don't know, man, because like. All right, great. Now you're going to have a draft after WrestleMania, and you're going to throw that shirt in the trash and put on the other brand shirt.
Yeah.
Like, who cares, man? It's. I don't know. The whole brand split thing sucks. It really does. It's too confusing.
Well, it takes away that, like, because the night after WrestleMania, like, you can't call up anybody from NXT anymore. Or you could do, like, maybe they could do, like, a thing where, we did a trade or.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
You're going to have to include them in the draft now. You know? It's going to have to be a 3-brand draft. Which is fine. I'm fine with that. But, I mean, stick to it. You know? Don't be like, okay, well, like we just saw Bayley on NXT. We saw Bayley on Raw.
Yeah.
And then, there's a whole NXT invasion
that's why,
right now.
You're right, though. That's why, like, they should keep the 3 brands totally separate. And the people that are in developmental in NXT, like the newer people, have them wrestle dark matches. But, like, let's say Raw, okay, we need a guy. Mm-hmm. They go to the developmental people in NXT. Not the NXT roster, but the people that are still, like, do the dark matches in NXT. Then they'll go to one of the brands if they're needed. Okay. That way, it's not like, this guy from NXT is jumping ship to the... Right. Like, no, like, these guys in the dark match NXT haven't been seen by TV yet. So they'll get called up to whatever roster they're needed. Then I think it'll work, because then it'll be, like, completely different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Or if they, like, re-sign people... Like, because didn't they re-sign Morrison? Like, and then, like...
I heard
that's what I heard. There was a rumor.
Maybe not.
But, like, obviously you wouldn't... But, like... Depending on like where you think you need him, he could go to any one of the brands, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It sucks that they have this whole Survivor Series thing now because like they should have solidified that these are 3 totally different brands. And then maybe a year later, the thing is they always have the drafts at the worst time.
Yeah.
Like
it's like, all right, we just had a draft, so it's going to be completely different. We abolished the wild card rule, except, we have Crown Jewel, and then we have, Survivor Series. They're going to face each other then.
And now neither one of, like, Raw or SmackDown has champions that are there on a full-time basis.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Are they gonna do Adam Cole, Lesnar, and Bray Wyatt?
No.
That'd be awesome.
Well, Lesnar's fighting Mysterio.
Mysterio, okay.
Yeah. So it's looking like they're setting up the Fiend and Daniel Bryan as well. So.
They need to build this stuff, man. Because they're just gonna go out there and have a match at Survivor Series, and then
Yeah, I guess we'll find out more tonight when we watch SmackDown, but
yeah.
I don't know. They haven't done much. That's another thing, man. There's more fighting, like there's more dissension or whatever, hostility on like Team Raw, like between themselves, like Orton and Ricochet, and like they're fighting amongst themselves than they are with SmackDown or NXT. Really, NXT just did an invasion, and there's more like, oh, Rollins might blow up at somebody, or this is going to implode here, or what's going on with that. So like they didn't really do anything between Raw versus SmackDown. It's pretty much Raw and SmackDown versus NXT, if anything else. And let's hope that we can hold all the teams together.
Is Team Hogan, Team Flair?
That's almost what it is. They just kind of threw this stuff together. They got a 5-on-5-on-5 for the men's and another one for the women's, and then it's just triple threats for the rest of the night. Yeah. Although I'm really looking forward to Nakamura, AJ Styles, and Roderick Strong.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really, really good.
That's going to be a really good match.
Are any of those titles up on the line, or are they just champion for champion for champion?
Yeah. I think Lesnar and Mysterio so far. It's the only one announced anyway that's on the line. And we might have Bray Wyatt versus The Fiend. or Bray Wyatt versus the Fiend. The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan. That'll be good. I'm interested to see that. I think
I liked how he attacked Daniel Bryan at the end of SmackDown.
I was digging the Sami Zayn angle that they were going with, like they wanted Daniel Bryan to join them.
I'm done with Becky Lynch. When she comes on, I turn the channel.
Really?
Same thing with Rollins. I'm done with those two.
I'm still digging Becky Lynch. I don't have anything against her.
Annoying.
She didn't make. It didn't make any sense to team her with Charlotte against the Kabuki Warriors this week.
It was a great match.
Yeah, but why were they teaming together? Natalya was supposed to be there, and then she wasn't. That was another team that didn't make sense. Natalya and Charlotte,
or Natalya and Lacey Evans, and then they wrestled it. Yeah,
didn't make any sense whatsoever. But I don't know. Whatever. Sure, let's do it that way. Come on, wrestling makes sense. We're trying. We're trying here. We're trying hard. Oh man, it's about that time when you say. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about who wins wrestling this week. Who wins wrestling? Blah, 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 blah. Very quiet. Who wins wrestling? Who you got this week?
Yeah. Do you not have the button?
I don't know what's going on. That played.
Oh, did it?
You're not wearing headphones.
I'm not wearing headphones.
That's why you didn't hear it.
My bad.
Yeah,
dude, you go first, man.
Me? I was going to go with Garza. But I think I got to go with Mia Yim this week. She main evented NXT this week. Main event.
She broke her orbital or something.
Yeah.
Fractured her orbital bone.
That was a rough hit with that ladder, man. She took a lot of crazy bumps in that match. She really went up a notch in my book. Like, that was a really solid match. Her and Io Shirai, man. I thought that whole thing was great. And then you got who was what's her name? Kylie Ray?
Kylie Ray from the
NXT UK. Yeah. She jumped in. She's going to be the fourth member of that team. Who do you think's walking around taking out chicks? Was that Bailey in the back?
No, I thought it was it was Bailey. I think it was Bailey.
Or was
she came out to attack she came out to attack Shayna Baszler.
Right. So I wasn't sure if they were going like, oh, yeah, somebody's, we got a heightened security. Triple H is back there being all Triple H.
Maybe it was Rikishi.
Rikishi just stepped up.
I did it for you, Rock.
I did it for Dakota Kai. How about you, man? Who wins?
I'm going to say, by the way, did you watch NWA with the question mark? That's great, God. Dude. Because that was good. That was going to be my winner of the week. But I have somebody different.
He's over as hell.
Dude, that whole thing is great.
Yeah.
The question mark.
The question mark. Who is the question mark? It was just ridiculous. Just
I like it, man. Mark. They need more masked wrestlers, yeah. I'm going to go with Walter.
Walter
showed up on Raw, wrestled Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's a top guy, man.
Yeah.
Walter's definitely a top guy.
Yeah. Is he in the pay-per-view anywhere?
They haven't announced anything with Imperium.
No.
I have a feeling they will. Do you think they'll throw them in the Raw or SmackDown versus NXT UK?
Maybe. Maybe. Who knows, man? At this point, who knows? We'll go over the whole Survivor Series card next week. Because that'll be Survivor Series and War Games. That'll be a hell of a weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah. We'll have a nice long chat about that next week. What do you think about the whole Sin Cara situation, man? He wants out.
Dude.
You think they should just let him go or what? Where did this come from?
I like how these guys are announcing that they asked for the release because it makes them look good and WWE bad because they're making it publicly known that, hey, I asked to be released from my contract.
Yeah.
So if WWE doesn't release him, it's like, hey, just release him. But I don't have a thought either way. I mean, he kind of said basically everything.
He said, yeah.
What about the Jordan Myles stuff, man?
Oh, man. That's a whole thing. Gosh, it's really hard to tell what actually
happened. Are they gonna let him go or keep him under contract?
They have to let him go. They have to. Like, what are they gonna do? It's like, no, we're gonna keep you here.
That's what they're doing, dude. That's what they're doing with these guys. Luke Harper.
But none of them are yelling out about racism and stuff like that. They're not like, hey, you're being racist, and I want to get. He was so public about it.
I know, but I have a feeling to stick it to him. They keep. But then I guess they would have to keep. They could suspend him without pay, couldn't they?
They can do anything they want, really. I mean, he's pretty much just there on it. Like, if they keep him under contract and he refuses to do anything, they can sue him.
To be fair, did you see that T-shirt, the original T-shirt?
Yeah. Oh, that totally looks like blackface.
I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
No.
Anyway, even if Jordan Myles felt like he was pressured into saying, okay, because apparently the story is to like, oh, Triple H wants it more teethy or whatever. So I think Jordan Myles was pressured into saying, okay, it looks good.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Like, they shouldn't be like, this shirt looks awful. Please delete all the images so like nobody, you know what I mean? Like it looks bad.
I mean, in
how do you not know that it doesn't look like blackface?
Well, you don't know how it was created. Maybe it wasn't created on a black screen. If it was created in like Photoshop or something like that, and it was
they had the T-shirts for sale.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like originally when the logo itself was created, it could have been just like, hey, can you approve this logo?
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Dude, they should know.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
I know. I agree with you. But, like, I'm thinking in my head, like, oh, he's a black guy. One thing we shouldn't have is red lips with teethy on black.
Like all red, though.
Black plus red lips plus teethy does not equal a winning situation on anything.
I don't know.
They should have had something with his. Wasn't he wearing like a bullet, like some kind of camo vest or something?
I forget. It was like some kind of SWAT thing or something, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't.
They should have done something with that. I don't know, man.
No, smiles for Myles. That's where the money's at. I don't know. I can't say. I can't come out and say I was like, oh, there's no way that they're not racist. If you have a room with like 1,000 people in it, chances are like 5-10% of them are going to be racist. That's just the way America.
I'm not saying that, dude. I'm saying nobody said, "Hey, that's probably not the best idea." Publicly.
It depends on how it was presented. If it was presented on a black shirt like that, then probably somebody would have stood up somewhere and said, "Hey, let's not go through with this. Take another look at that." You know, but if it was just like on a piece of white paper, maybe not. You know, I mean, a mouth looks like a mouth.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I mean? And maybe and again, like
no, but ACH. Agree with me. This nobody in this situation handled it.
No, it was handled so.
This is like if you went to Harvard for like how to not handle situations correctly. This is like how like in the book in the projector they pull up a sample.
Yeah,
this is it.
Yeah,
of where nobody wins, everybody handles it wrong.
Yeah, I said, gosh. Because he just went off, man. Yeah. Like, and I feel bad for him, but at the same time, you can't.
That's not how you handle it. Yeah,
you should not do it that way, man. Like
everybody's too quick to handle their stuff on social media and go public. But when you're putting somebody on blast, is not cool. You should go to them face to face, and it should be It shouldn't be like that on social media.
And putting the company that you work for on blast like that, it's like who's going to hire you after that?
Right.
It's like, oh well, this guy claims racism for everything, and if we treat him badly, he's going to badmouth our company. You know, I don't want to hire that guy. I don't care what he's crying about. You know what I mean? That's the way somebody's going to look. A CEO or whatever of some company somewhere is just going to be like, hey, no, buddy, no. And he was just cursing his head off and everything. It's like, dude, calm down. Not a good idea at all. Not a good idea.
Yeah, so that's my winner of the week is Walter.
Yay! Who wins wrestling? What was her name? Carolina. They had
they just
for like a
pulled
week.
her up. Yeah,
they just took her off. She's
I
out
mean, they
now.
could probably still use her. They don't have any
They knocked
masked.
her back down to NXT.
Yeah, but they don't have any masked female superstars.
No.
You know?
So it's a possibility we'll see her again. You know, she's still in NXT. They didn't fire her or anything
Dude,
like that.
and between me and you, the Sin Cara thing was ruined in the beginning when, like, remember when he would come out and he would just botch those entrances? Like, where there was like a
botched them
trampoline.
a couple times, yeah.
Dude, that was... The Sin Cara character was over to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, they saved it a little bit. You know, they had the Lucha House Party. They had the double Sin Cara thing. There was like an evil Sin Cara walking around for a while. You know, it was okay. I thought that they were going to try and bring it back a little bit more with adding the manager or the partner, I guess, type of role with Catalina or whatever her name was. But they botched that too. They had her lose her first match. WWE has been doing that a lot lately. They'll debut somebody and they'll lose immediately. It's like, why? Like Humberto Carrillo.
Yeah.
They brought him up.
Yeah, he's lost every match.
Every match.
So why should I care about him?
He just now won his first match this week, and he pinned AJ Styles. It's like, what? How does that make sense?
It does not.
He lost 3 matches in a row, and then they put Drew Gulak on SmackDown, immediately squash him with Braun Strowman.
Yeah. It's like,
Cain Velasquez. They paid like millions of dollars for that guy, and they had him lose in 5 minutes.
Well, because they know he signed a long-term deal with WWE, so he's going to be like, it made sense for him to lose. I didn't expect him to win a title. It didn't make sense for Tyson Fury to win because he's just going away, dude.
And is he coming back now? Because they sounded like they were making them a team. Him and Strowman.
He's got a fight in February, so maybe if he after maybe for something for WrestleMania, but I don't know what you're gonna do with him.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
The B team was hilarious.
Oh my god, yeah. The B stands for what was it? Fantastic?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I forget. It's something that began with an F. Hey, we're that stupid to take you on.
Fearless or something?
Fearless, that's what it was.
B stands for fearless.
The B stands for fearless. That's another team that they dropped the ball with. The B team. Whatever, man. You know what? Let's just wrap it up and go home, man. Wrap it up,
dude. It's been a long week.
Long week. A lot of things going on.
My network pick is there's a table for 3 with Bruce Pritchard, Johnny Ace, and Shane McMahon. And they talk about like the night that they talk about WWE buying WCW, and there's a cool story about Shane McMahon. Like, I didn't realize when he was younger, he worked for a mason company as a bricklayer.
Oh, really?
And one of the jobs they're contracted to do was the McMahon mansion that they built.
Really?
So he was literally like helped build his house.
Oh, that's so cool.
There's a couple like little stories that I never heard of on that show, so I would check that out. It's a table for 3.
Yeah. Check that out. That's cool, man. Yeah. Check out my YouTube channel while you're checking that out. tinyurl.com/YouTube Rick Connor. I'm thinking about changing the name so I can get youtube.com/something. I don't know what to do.
Rick Connor, do you?
Huh? Well, I can't go Rick Connor because somebody else has Rick Connor. Bastards. There's too many Rick Connors in the world.
How about
apparently.
real Rick Connor?
The real Rick Connor.
The real Rick Connor.
Ah, yes. youtube.com/real Rick Connor.
Ricky Connor. Ricky Connors.
Right, Ricky. Ricky Connor here. But man, I got
Mr.
so many.
Ricky Cotton.
I got so many matches from DCW and WPW and ECWA and everything up. All kinds of indie stuff going on, man. Check that out. Check out our merchandise store, man. If you like this podcast, you're going to check out our store, teespring.com/stores/Rassle-Rock. Everything on that site is connected to a different charity. So by buying one of the shirts or mugs or pillows or whatever, you're helping somebody out. So that's really cool. Check out my other podcast to do with Mark Kalbacher's sister, Karen. It's called It's Something to Do. We talk about movies and TV shows, and we find you something to do. That's on iTunes and Stitcher and a whole bunch of other things. And I finally have a Twitter page. I created my own Twitter finally. I was just using Rassle Rock's Twitter forever. But at Rick_matters. Rick Matters, baby.
What can you use Rick Matters for YouTube?
I can, I guess. I don't know. Is that a little too pompous? I couldn't use Rick Connor for Twitter either. It would have been like Rick Connor 13 or some crap.
Try Rick Matters.
I'll try Rick Matters. All right. YouTube.com/Rick Matters. That might be coming soon. So we'll see, man. And yeah, I think that'll about do it. Hopefully Corey and Mark will be back next week.
That would be cool.
That would be very, very cool. So that'll do it for us. That'll do it for Rassle Rock for this week. And I'm Rick Connor.
Matt Flowers.
Until next week, keep watching wrestling because it's cool.